The story of a celebrity starts with a woman entering a restaurant, placing an order, and capturing a photo while describing her career as a social media influencer. She possesses the ability to elevate any business with just one picture. This is So Ari, and she shares her story of how her curiosity led her to become one of South Korea's top influencers with over 1.3 million followers. From the outside, it may seem like she's living the high life and raking in the cash, but according to So Ari, her life used to be a complete mess. However, she now associates with the elite of the industry. So, sit back and enjoy the story, because she's about to reveal the cheat code. Class is now in session, folks. Grab some popcorn and pay attention. It may surprise you, but So Ari was once among the few individuals who had very little social media presence. She worked diligently as a door-to-door sales representative for an obscure beauty brand, and didn't pay attention to the latest quarrels among social media influencers. On the contrary, Yoon Jong-sun enjoyed staying updated on social media and would often talk to So Ari about it, sometimes causing boredom for So Ari. At that particular moment, the most intense conflict was occurring between Bini Mom and Wang Rola, who were experiencing a disagreement. Rumors are circulating that Min Hee and Bini Mom were once friends, but their relationship changed when Min Hee gained more followers and allegedly began to treat Bini Mom poorly. The online argument had escalated to a significant level and was starting to impact the Gabon society. The group arranged to have a meeting excluding Bini Mom, but their plan was discovered. It appears that Bini Mom is considered the Regina George of the group. During the unfolding drama, So Ari visits Yoon Si-han's house to sell her products to the house manager and some of her friends. It is then revealed that So Ari was born into a wealthy family, but they went bankrupt. Then she has been taking up part-time jobs to meet her financial needs. However, things don't go as planned when Yoon Si-han unexpectedly comes home early and she is left with no choice but to hide inside his walk-in closet. During her visit, she was taken aback by the lavish possessions owned by Si-han. While listening in, she overhears a discussion between Si-han and her husband, Jin Tae-jeon, who happens to be Chaehee's brother. Tae-jeon is taken aback by all the online drama his sister continues to cause. Chaehee suggested that Tae-jeon should file a lawsuit against Bini Mom for defamation, but Si-han disagreed and didn't see it as a necessary action to take. So Ari successfully sneaks out of Si-han's house and returns home to a warm welcome from her mother, Lee Hyunok. Despite the passage of time, Hyunok still reminisces about her prosperous days when she had ample financial resources. The owner of a clothing alteration store has a weakness for trying on the lavish outfits of her upscale customers. However, her business partner, So Ari, continually reminds her of their current situation. That night, out of curiosity sparked by Si-han's conversation with her husband, So Ari installed Instagram. However, she now reflects on whether or not this decision was the beginning of the end and whether she made the right choice. So Ari is requested by her boss to purchase a gift for his wife the following day, and she takes Jongsun along. During this outing, she reunites with her old high school friend, Oh Min Hee. Min Hee and Yoo Rang went shopping to relieve their stress from the ongoing online conflict. So Ari was surprised to discover that Min Hee has become one of the most celebrities who could afford to spend 30 million won on a single shopping spree. In the past, Min Hee came from a humble background, and So Ari would kindly lend her the high-end items she no longer needed. The truth is that Min Hee is unaware that So Ari's parents have gone bankrupt, so she is unable to attend an Ivy League school anymore. When Yurong brags about knowing someone like So Ari, Jong-sun stops her from telling the truth. To reconnect with So Ari, Min Hee asks her for her social media handles. Min Hee is shocked to learn that So Ari isn't on social media. When Jong-sun intervenes, she offers So Ari her social media handles and promises to convey her message. Later that night, Min Hee shares with her loving husband, Min Ho, about her encounter with So Ari. The individual believes it would be preferable to invite So Ari to a party planned for the upcoming weekend and cancel the date with Bini Mom. She thinks that So Ari will make a great impression because she believes that she is wealthy and attended an Ivy League school. Jong-sun is putting in a lot of effort to persuade So Ari to go to the party. In fact, So Ari's mother has even suggested that she wear one of her clients' dresses. So Ari finally gives in to her curiosity about how Min Hee became so wealthy. Elsewhere, Chaehee is still encouraging her brother Tae-jang to do something about the Bini Mom situation and make sure that she goes to jail. To soothe her, Tae-jang falsely promises to handle the situation. While Si-han visits to check on Chahee's emotional state, Tae-jang tells Si-han that he is taking care of the matter. She sees Jan Kyung while she is there, but she prevents Chahee from going up to him. Chahee lets her know that Jun Kyung is expected to attend the party later that evening, and Si-han's reaction appears to be surprised by the news. Returning to Sawari, she prepares for the party by donning an elegant dress provided by one of her mother's clients. It's later revealed that this dress belongs to Si-han. She will also be attending the event. Remarkably, Si-han is the sole person in Korea to acquire this exclusive dress. Soari enters the scene and coincidentally encounters Jun Kyung, who confuses her with another person. Assuming he's misbehaving, Soari warns him about reporting his behavior, prompting Jun Kyung to offer his phone number as a gesture of goodwill. Captivated by her boldness, Soari is taken aback by his unexpected willingness to share his number, leading her to reconsider reporting him. Upon entering the party, she receives a warm welcome from Min-hee, who enthusiastically boasts about her and proceeds to introduce her to the Gabon society. In a slightly exaggerated manner, Min-hee claims a close connection with Soari due to their affluent family backgrounds. Just as Soari is about to respond, Si-han and Chahee enter the scene. Chahee notices the dress Soari is wearing and inquires whether it belongs to Si-han. Everyone wants to know where she got the dress. Soari is too confused to reply, so Si-han steps in to help. Min-hee keeps boasting about Soari, but she can't handle the lies anymore. She finally admits that she had to drop out of school when her family lost all their money. Soon, everyone's attention is on Bini Mom as she arrives in a fiery manner, upset that Min-hee had her banned from the party. Bini Mom confronts Min-hee for using her for fame and then abandoning her. It's a dramatic scene that shocks and excites the crowd. In the present time, the Gabon society are shocked to discover that Soari is doing a live video, revealing their secrets. They're in disbelief because they thought Soari was no longer alive. During the live video, Soari steps in and playfully asks if they're feeling scared now. She addresses explicitly an internet user named BB Famous. This deepens the mystery about BB Famous's identity and who might have harmed Soari. Soari doesn't reveal everything, but she drops a clue that the person responsible is frightened because she's still alive. Episode 2 kicks off with another masterclass from Soari on how social media works. In particular, she covers how influencers use their thirst for attention to gain fame, money, power, and influence. This is how the game unfolds. And in the end, everyone will envy the lavish lifestyles of these influencers. What would you do if you had the chance to become the most popular influencer? Would you refuse? Or would you eat your life with a big spoon? As Soari continues to speak live, we'll see what decisions she made. In the current timeline, the Gabon society spontaneously gathers for a meeting to uncover the mystery behind Soari's return from what seemed like her demise. They ponder whether she had previously recorded a video or if she's actually still alive but in a troubled state. However, their collective wishes that Soari had not survived. On the flip side, Soari dedicates her life to engaging with audience and shattering their silence by sharing her experience. In a series of flashbacks, we uncover the events that transpired on the night of the confrontation between Bini Mom and Min-hee. Soari enters the scene filled with anger directed at Bini Mom, who proceeds to spill red wine on her dress. Soari's reaction involves more than just a slap and drink spill. She also drags Binimum around, resulting in her getting dirty. As he observes their interaction, Jun-kung becomes even more impressed with Soari. However, he isn't the only one recognizing her hidden potential. Ju Sung-hak from Apex Communication also becomes aware and proceeds to introduce himself to Soari. At the same time, Si-han returns home and inquires with the maid about the store where she repaired her dress. Meanwhile, Soari and her mother face the challenge of figuring out how to clean an expensive dress, fully aware that they don't have 12 million won just lying around for a damaged outfit. The following morning, Jun-kung efficiently manages his business affairs, handles financial matters, and squeezes in a workout all simultaneously. During this time, Tae-jeon pays him a visit while he's at the climbing gym. Meanwhile, Tae-jang makes a detour to Mung-ho's car dealership and extends an invitation for him to consider purchasing a new luxury car. At the dealership, Mung-ho attempting to comfort Min-hee because she is deeply concerned about Bini Mom's well-being. Meanwhile, Chae, Angela and Gina freeze Minhee after her fight with Bini mom at the party. Minhee isn't ready to fall without a fight, so she succumbs to desperate measures to make it seem like all is well for her brand and the girls. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Jong-sun empathizes with So-ari's frustration over the damaged dress, but still encourages her to share pictures from the party. Jong-sun believes that posting these photos could help So-ari gain more followers on her Instagram page. So-ari's surprise, she notices that she has acquired new followers after Minhee follows her back. While they chat, So-ari receives a call from Sung-hak, and she is taken aback by the fact that he has her number. However, Sung-hak isn't the only one searching for So-ari. Jun Kyung is also making an effort to locate her and sends her a direct message, but she chooses to ignore him. So-ari reluctantly agrees to meet with Sung-hak, but she feels uneasy as she seems to be stalking her. During the meeting, Sung-hak confidently offers to turn her into a social media station and drops Minhee's as bait. After meeting with Sung-hak, So-ari returns home and discovers Si-han at the shop to retrieve her dress. Si-han was certain that So-ari had worn her dress despite her initial suspicions. So-ari and her mother sincerely apologized, even proposing to cover the repair costs. However, Si-han kindly declines their offer and shares that she had planned to discard the dress anyway. Si-han handles the situation gracefully, simply accepting So-ari's apology before taking her leave. In reality, the dress incident deeply affects Si-han, as it holds sentimental value, reminding her of someone special. When she returns home, she notices a notification from Minhee, who publicly invites them to join a live stream the following day. During their meeting, Chae makes it clear that she is ready to sever connections with Minhee. She believes that this game has different levels and suggests that Minhee sticks to her own lane. However, Si-han holds different opinion than Chae and challenges her reasoning. Si-han declares her intention to attend and support Minhee, believing it will enhance their public image. Chae acknowledges Si-han's valid point, but feels constantly undermined. Before her live stream, Minhee meets up with So-ari for a few drinks. So-ari reveals that she is involved in door-to-door sales of beauty products, prompting Minhee to invite her to visit her showroom. So-ari is taken aback when she witnesses Minhee's impressive success up close. Shortly after, the group of ladies, with Si-han leading the way, arrives at the gathering. Minhee puts on an impeccable performance, acting as if everything is perfectly fine. Minhee seizes the moment to introduce So-ari to her followers, and enthusiastically promotes So-ari's beauty products. She publicly declares So-ari as her recently reconnected best friend and emphasizes how they have each other's backs. Following the live video, the ladies excluding Si-han attempt to ridicule So-ari and Minhee's recent performance. They believe that Minhee is using So-ari as a distraction to divert her followers' attention away from her ongoing conflict with Binimum. Minhee believes that So-ari should be grateful for the opportunity to benefit from her influence. So-ari departs from the store, feeling profoundly shocked and hurt by Minhee's behavior and the fact that Si-han overheard their confrontation. She begins to reflect on the advice she received, particularly from Sung-hak, and weighs its significance in her current situation. The scene shifts to So-ari's ongoing live stream where she passionately discusses the influence of followers and exposes the practice of agencies buying fake followers. Minhee hired Sung-hak to artificially boost her followers' number, after losing followers due to the fallout with Bini mom. In the final moments, So-ari highlights that it's not just about amassing followers, but also about getting celebrities to follow you back. The show concludes with So-ari receiving a phone call and being summoned to a police station. There, she encounters Jun Kyung and wonders about the reason for this unexpected meeting. At the beginning of episode 3, the police received multiple calls regarding So-ari's live stream. Detective Jang Hun-soo has been informed that So-ari may still be alive. He asks his partner if the person they see is So-ari. In a flashback, we revisit the night So-ari was brought to the police station. Jun Kyun turned himself as a suspect in a sexual harassment case that was never reported. In a desperate attempt to get her attention after being ignored, So-ari believes that he is trying to intimidate her by showing the extent of his connections, and she tears into him. In order to prove a point, she chooses to report him for harassment. So-ari narrates that her night was going from bad to worse and she felt terrible. However, everything changed when Jong-sun called and informed her that Minhee's marketing stunt has caused their beauty products to sell like hotcakes. At that point, So-ari discovered the captivating influence of social media. The next day, The protagonist is surprised to receive more sales, and her boss asks why she never mentioned Minhee before. Jong-sun took it upon herself to manage So-ari's Instagram account, making it appear as though she stayed at a popular hotel. The account began to take off as various brands and marketing agencies approached So-ari online offering her jobs and sponsorships. This is overwhelming, so she contacts Sung-hak for help. Elsewhere, Si-han visits Jun-kyung's mother, asks for participation in her charity event. Jun-kyung's mother happily agrees to help, and express regret over Jun-kyung missing the chance to marry Si-han. She was disappointed when Si-han ended up with Tae-jon, but she still wanted Jun-kyung's company to involved in the charity event. So-ari's encounter with Sung-hak has left her determined to explore the boundless opportunities that the influencer world presents. Sung-hak treats her to a glamorous makeover and teaches her about sponsorships. All it takes 10K followers for brands to come knocking. So-ari begins to seriously contemplate ideas of becoming an influencer and ultimately decides to accept Sung-hak's offer. So-ari is being instructed by Sung-hak, while Jun-kyung, Tae-jon, and Mangho convenes at the Aragon Club. A deal has been struck between Mangho and Yongtae to scam more people through the store of his luxury car dealership. Jun-kyung leaves right away when Mangho asks Yongtae to bring them girls. The next day, Sung-hak invites Minhee to support So-ari's career. Having a new best friend to replace Nini Mom could help fix Minhee's image. It's still for a girl to make money in some way, even if she opposes the idea. Despite her reluctance, she invites So-ari to her next event. The Gram seems to benefit from their friendship. The Gabon society starts paying attention to So-ari. Minhee's loyal friend Yu Rang is concerned that she will be replaced. As well, Minhee fears that So-ari will become the next it girl and attempts to demean her when they are alone. During the event, both Si-han and So-ari apologized and thank each other. Later in the evening, So-ari posts pictures of the events and catches the attention of her followers who want to know where she got her clothes. As a result, she mentions and tags the nearby stores where she bought her clothing. After waiting for days, Si-han's charity event finally arrives. The idea is for Si-han's close friends and acquaintances to bring their things to sell and raise money for a good cause. Ari and Jong-sun are looking forward to it, and they've packed their items into a big suitcase, thinking they'll do really well. When they get there, they realize that Minhee gave them the wrong time. Si-han warmly greets them as they struggle to drag their heavy suitcase along. It becomes evident that all the auction items are sourced from high-end fashion stores. Jong-sun sets their items on the table, but So-ari asks her to stop. They both feel embarrassed about their belongings. She apologizes to Si-han and leaves immediately. People are staring at them strangely because it's clear they don't belong, and the ladies from the Gabon society are openly teasing them. Jun-kyung was late to the event because he had to go to the police station for his examination with So-ari. The detective informs him that So-ari did not want to see him and had already provided her signed victim statement. Jun-kyung is disappointed that he won't be able to see her. After arriving at the party, he stumbles upon her falling while dragging her suitcase. Everyone is stunned when Jun-kyung reaches out to help her. After the party, Jun-kyung is relentlessly asked by Cha-hee how he knows So-ari. As they drink, he refuses to reveal much to her. When Si-han came along to join them. In the meantime, So-ari is also contemplating the same thing as Jun-sun and wonders why a chaebol like Jun-kyung would be engaged to her. He even offers them his car and a driver to take them home. So-ari's surprised to see that her social media following has grown significantly when she arrives home. In the present, Minhee is overwhelmed by So-ari's live stream. Yu Rang asks Minhee if she is certain that So-ari is dead, but before she can respond, Detective Jang Hun-soo arrives. He is taken aback when Minhee speaks ill of So-ari. As Min, he claims she doesn't know if So-ari is alive and the only thing she knows about So-ari is that everything she said is a lie. On the other side of town, Si-han calls the police, and Cha-hee and the other ladies are losing their minds. Cha-hee wonders how she can take her side when So-ari screwed her over too. At the end of the episode, So-ari mentions an old post of hers blew social media away. Her post was about her dislike of social media fakeness and attention-seeking. The post appears to be a direct challenge to the Gabon society, and that controversial message sparked a major online like no other. Episode 40 starts with ladies of Gabon society start doing what they do best, making everyone else envy their ideal lives. They appear to have the ideal occupations, physiques, and marriages. However, we go back to Soari's controversial post when she is said to have denounced the Gabon Society. Chahi insists that Minhee managed this situation, given that she was the one who brought Soari into the fold. Soari took a chance and staked her future on her 9,124 Instagram followers. She was approached by BB Famous following this article, who dumped her and asked to connect. Detective Jang Hun-soo encounters Si-han in the present and is taken aback by her attitude. She says to him that she appreciates So-ari's honesty and claims that she has no beef with her. A flashback shows Si-han receives a call from Chahi as she is speaking to her husband, informing her that So-ari recently insulted the Gabon Society in her blog post. It seems that So-ari's post simply delighted Jungkook. The Gabon Society is suffering and is the target of online sarcasm. They worried that the followers would only be interested in their response to So-ari's claimed attack because they had prepared live videos. In their meeting at Sung-hok's office, Minhee dramatically calls So-ari out, taking the situation to a new level. Simply telling her to calm down, So-ari puts an end to their little performance of pretending to be friends. Sung-hok attempts to contain the damage while Ari loses followers on her Instagram account as well. He believes So-ari overreached her luck and forewarns her to prepare for a serious shitstorm from Minhee supporters. In the end, they all carry out their live streams as scheduled and accuse So-ari of being merely envious. Following the meeting, So-ari contacted BB Famous. When Mengho explains that he needs to post and support his wife online, Tae-jeon learns about the internet drama. Because Si-han lacks an Instagram account, she uses her maids to follow the drama. Meanwhile, Hanuk and Jong-sun decides to stand up for So-ari's honor online. There is already a hate account established, and things are not looking good. To uplift So-ari, Jong-sun informs her that she still has a few supporters. So-ari contacts BB Famous once more and requests her assistance in making things better. In the meantime, Minhee is concerned that the Gabon Society is wearing her down. Although her spouse tries to be encouraging, she just treats him poorly. Things changed a little while later when significant internet communities came out in support of So-ari. This has been made possible by BB Famous' commitment to So-ari. So-ari is saved by the fast shift in public perception, and she gets more fans. Jungkook, who follows her account, is the most notable. This is relevant because it is the sole account he follows that influences this society. So-ari feels happy about this, but Chahi is shocked. When Si-han sees her, she begs her to mature and quit being upset. At So-ari's viewpoint, So-ari appears at the beginning of her influencer career. Her ascent to fame is first traced through several sponsorships. So-ari was invited as one of the influencers, thanks to the personal efforts of Sung-hok. Tae-jong asked Si-han, who was also there, to send a message to Jungkook. Tae-jong appeared to be concerned that Jungkook was chasing So-ari for an excessive amount of time. Minhee when she learned that So-ari had been personally compensated to attend. Despite having a larger audience, Hue Cosmetics was not paying Minhee, which incensed her. Minhee accuses her of seducing Jungkook, while So-ari asks her to bring the matter up with the firm. But the Gabon Society had the same suspicions as Minhee, so it wasn't just them. So-ari and Song Yeon-woo strike up a conversation at the party. Yeon-woo is a friend of Chahi's and an actor. When Yeon-woo tries to become friends with So-ari, Chahi takes it personally. Since So-ari is a decent person, Si-han requests that he stop playing games with her. Si-han is concerned for So-ari's safety. So-ari steps in as Chahi and Yeon-woo's altercation gets more heated. When she can only rely on her family's fortune, So-ari questions why she acts like such a big deal. Si-han steps in and warns Chahi that she is being observed, so keep an eye out. Yeon-woo is swiftly escorted by Si-han to change. As she departs, Si-han is thanked for her assistance by So-ari. She is asked by Si-han if they can become friends and communicate online. Finally logging onto her account, Si-han follows So-ari, who is delighted to have her. While Si-han converses with the detective, So-ari continues to stream live. So-ari talks about misunderstandings that accumulated in her live stream. While this is happening, members of the Gabon Society are simultaneously doing live streams in which they argue that So-ari is lying, and Chahi asserts that So-ari killed a man who did nothing except support her. In the past, at the event, Jungkook, Si-han, and So-ari decided to become friends. Did Jun-kung get killed by So-ari? So-ari opens the 5th episode by doing a new live stream and discussing the private lives of influencers. So-ari is prepared to divulge a scandalous secret this time that will unleash the unthinkable. Another place, the Gabon Society, is unable to come up with a plan, and Min-hee believes Cha-hee's decision to attack So-ari's character via separate live streams backfired on them. When Cha-hee loses it, she phones Yong-ti and asks him to set up a room at the Aragon Club for her. Cha-hee doesn't give a damn about Yong-ti's opinion that now isn't the best time to be getting drunk. In a flashback, we travel back to the time when So-ari was just getting her life together and her brother Do-song had just returned from serving in the military. Everything was going well, and Hanak couldn't help but be happy for her daughter, who was earning well and receiving plenty of sponsorship gifts. To her lunch rendezvous with Jun-kung, who thought they were meeting alone, So-ari brings Jong-sun. In a fit of rage, Jun-kung demands that Jong-sun stay behind while he transports So-ari to another place. He urges her to keep her promise by the terms they agreed upon since So-ari feels he is acting well out of line. After some argument, they decide to eat lunch without Jong-sun at Jun-kung's residence. The fact that Jun-kung had someone helping him take off his shoes surprises So-ari. She refuses to eat and tells Jun-kung outright that she doesn't care for him. She doesn't desire his way of life for herself. In response to her criticism, Jun-kung says he can't change the rules of his planet. If he did, the woman who takes his shoes would be out of a job. Nevertheless, So-ari refuses his offer of a partnership and leaves. She tells him that when she invited her friend to lunch, he should have gotten the hint. So-ari gets a call from Angela wanting to meet when she is on her way home. When they first meet, Angela offers to assist So-ari in reconciling Cha-hee. Angela is making an effort to assist and be a good Christian. She flatters So-ari with compliments and some sage advice while acting like a worried friend. So-ari is smart enough to know better and is skeptical of this act. In the meantime, Min-hee is upset that Si-han appears to be siding with So-ari after she follows her on Instagram. Later that evening, So-ari conducts online research on Angela. Online reports claim that Angela had worked as a call girl and that her husband was one of her customers. Mong-ho is thought to be a con artist, and Ji-na is suspected of peddling bogus designer goods. All of this sensational information comes from So-ari's new online friend, BB Famous. So-ari tries to get BB Famous' true identity and why she wanted to help her. However, BB Famous refuses to reveal herself. She simply says she is rooting for So-ari as she deserves to succeed. So-ari resolves to follow the difficult path and morally achieve success. She decided to open a second-hand store online. She and Jong-sun began selling the stunning items they purchased from nearby boutiques online. So-ari enlists her brother's assistance to help her with photography and it-related tasks. The fact that So-ari purchases her clothing from Dongdaemun, a wholesaler, outrages the Gabon Society. Cha-hee phones Yong-ti in the interim to make plans for her visit to the club the following day. The following day, when she appears, Yong-ti compliments her. The presence of Angela and the addition of So-ari and Ji-na surprises Cha-hee. Cha-hee had another outburst because she felt like Angela was undermining her. So-ari, on the other hand, is perplexed since she assumed Cha-hee wanted to meet. Angela stops her and informs her that she has a fantastic idea as she prepares to go. When they return to the room, everyone is already drugged up. Cha-hee struggles just to stand up straight. She doesn't stop laughing, snapping pictures, or babbling incoherent things. So-ari is shocked since she didn't know drugs were involved. Angela is confronted by her for taking her there without informing her. When things at the Aragon Club start to become interesting, Jun-kung and Si-han meet at a restaurant by themselves. It comes out that he needs her assistance with So-ari. His attraction to her was unaffected by her rejection. As the conversation turns to their previous romantic connection, Jun-kung presses Si-han for an explanation of her departure. He is confident that she had her justifications, but he is now drawn to So-ari. Si-han updates him, but Tae-jon interrupts their conversation before they can continue. He is shocked to learn that Si-han is meeting Jun-kung covertly, but he makes an effort to remain composed. Jun-kung swiftly resolves the situation by acting as though they are just conducting business. Si-han observed Cha-hee post a picture while under the influence of drugs on her social media account while they were eating. They get to the club swiftly, and Si-han tries to get Cha-hee to remove the photo as soon as the three of them enter the club. Upon leaving, So-ari runs into a disgruntled Jun-kung at the door. He begins to leave after saying that he will also have to reject her. Before they can continue talking, they hear a scream coming from the chamber as So-ari stops him. They return and discover that one of the party men's is not breathing. As his co-workers attempt to revive him while So-ari tries to phone the police, Jun-kung steps in to assist. She is stopped by Si-han and Tae-jon, who accuse her of attempting to kill them all. Tae-jon assumes command of the circumstances and makes an ambulance call to covertly transport the man to a hospital. So-ari is adamant about calling the police, but Yeon-tae counters that she will get caught in the storm as well. Through the club's back door, they quickly take the man out. So-ari starts to realize that these people operate under a distinct set of regulations and can get away with anything. Detective Jang Hun-soo is speaking with his employer at the start of episode 6. So-ari highlighted a drug case on her live stream and Hun-soo wants to investigate it. Because the fact that Kim Tae-yong, his employer, works for Tae-jon, he is vehemently opposed to it. Unfortunately, Detective Jang Hun-soo lacks both the evidence and the authority to defy his superior. Through a flashback, we revisit that crucial evening. The people rush to get the man into the waiting ambulance. So-ari was still considering calling the police, but Si-han implored her to trust her instead. After that, Si-han drove Cha-hee home while her husband hurried the men to a covert hospital. Later, he returns and informs Si-han that the man just experienced a brief shock. He worries more that So-ari will call the police. He believes she is beneath them and is unable to comprehend the perilous position. In actuality, So-ari attempts to call the police before she changes her mind. The stakes for her abruptly increased on the first night her page began to take off. However, Min-hee promises her husband that she has a strategy to take down So-ari. She also wants to know why Cha-hee took down the picture. She shared something seems strange about the image, and So-ari is also visible. She requests that her husband ask Yeon-tae what occurred. He is told a lie by Yeon-tae that they were just having a good time and got too drunk. The following day, Tae-jon contacts Jun-kung, and the two interrupt Si-han and So-ari's meeting. Tae-jon wants So-ari to sign an NDA. Even Si-han only wanted her to apologize. Despite his haughty threats, So-ari refuses to sign the documents, and Jun-kung sides with her. They part ways together, but So-ari informs Jun-kung that she has had enough of him and doesn't want to interact with him any longer. Jun-kyung pursues her out the door because he won't accept a no. She is urged to allow him to defend her. He is confident that Tae-jon will find her and the other Gabon society women. He is aware that So-ari wants to approach things differently and is in charge of the fact that this will make her a target. He is prepared to defend her. Si-han, meanwhile, snaps at her husband and joins So-ari in supporting. She observes Jun-kyung and So-ari as she departs. She looked hurt as they were standing close to one another. Tae-jon also observes Si-han's apparent discomfort at Jun-kyung's association with So-ari. A few days later, Tae-jon receives a visit from Jun-kyung, who cautions him not to meddle with So-ari. Jun-kyung is aware that the party member is unconscious and in a coma. The man is being treated by Kim Min-chan's plastic surgery practice. According to Jun-kyung, Tae-jon should clear up his mess without involving So-ari. Meanwhile, Min-chan tries to keep his wife Yu-rang from learning the truth. Yu-rang starts to question why he is acting so strangely. So-ari's page gains popularity as the days pass, and her online second-hand store prospers. They all put forth a lot of effort to keep the firm running while the sales keep rising. So-ari informs Sung-hak that she wants to launch her brand in addition to the second-hand store. When he calls her for a meeting, although Sung-hak refuses to let her change her course, Sung-hak cautions her to exercise caution, despite her assurances that she would succeed. Cha-hee continues to despise So-ari's accomplishments as she gains in size. She fears the truth about the party will be revealed and wants So-ari gone. Min-hee offers to take So-ari out. When Jong-sun and So-ari arrive at Dongdaemun Market, they are shocked to find that the sellers are unable to complete their orders. To make So-ari's order unique, Min-hee contacted her old acquaintance Hwang Yuri, the owner of Bestaroom, as part of her scheme. As a result, So-ari will be unable to fulfill her clients' demands, and they will be ruined. The clients keep phoning and bashing them while demanding refunds. So-ari becomes upset by this and asks BB Famous for assistance in handling Hwang Yuri. When Park Jang-bi hears about what happened outside the market, he is horrified to discover that So-ari was the victim. He appears to be familiar with and concerned for her. So-ari visits the Besta room, equipped with the knowledge from BB Famous and ready to engage in combat with Hwang Yuri. After some discussion, Yuri confesses that Minhee was the source of the idea, so Ari triumphs in their card game. Yuri is astonished that So Ari is aware of her secrets and understands that she shouldn't tamper with So Ari.